Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I got a clip for you from a conversation between myself and Jim Morgan. We're talking about validator nodes and Rift Watchers. We're talking about the changes in economy to their amazing game, Splinterlands, and the impacts that validator nodes are having on SPS, on vouchers, on your possible earning potential, on the security of our video game because of the decentralization through these nodes. There's so much here, and there's so many benefits we talk about to you who own nodes, but also you who are playing this game for SPS and cards, that you really need to pay attention to this one. Guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless. Dude, look at the chat. Sorry for distracting. The watercolor is amazing, but Blue Fox says and Necro say they 300 validator nodes just sold.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are. They're down to 900 licenses right now.
Wow. Dude, nodes are wild, guys. I bought 2 more nodes this week. Nodes are absolutely top priority for me, and I haven't really said much about it because frankly, like Jim was saying before we went live, like that's so important to me, and I need to I need to position myself. I know they're selling. I know they're valuable. I don't really want you guys to buy them. I just want me to buy them. So I can't be too hype about it, but I'm like, while we're talking
about nodes, shh, quiet.
Yeah. Node what?
What's a node?
908 now, dude. There's still like, even since the chat said 960 a minute ago, it's 908 now.
Oh my god,
dude. SPS is getting dropped hard right now. Like the amount of SPS being burnt and locked up forever, like for foreseeably, practically forever, is really substantial right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 2 of these. I've got 3 now. I've got 3 nodes.
Dude, and vouchers are at 61 cents right now.
That's really cheap, to be honest.
Dude, people were giving me poop. Oh, wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, we're on your channel, right? I can swear.
Yeah.
People were giving me heck about selling my vouchers for SPS when vouchers were at like 78 cents. Who's laughing now, guys? Look at
Jimbo.
Sure, I might not have sold a bunch of them when they were at like 98 cents or 90 cents, but I'm still in the plus right now. Okay.
Hey, Chad's asking a question. He's asking about whether, how do we determine if we got packs from the Rift Watcher first 500,000 or not? Is there they're currently still accepting purchases? So yeah, I mean, like, how do you know? I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue.
I guess the blockchain technology is going to hopefully tie your purchase point to a moment that will help the team determine. I don't know. That's the best I could guess. I know with Chaos Legion, they said they were going to kind of give I think they gave like a 24-hour window, or they gave a time window, and they said every purchase before this minute will be eligible for Dr. Blight. And I don't think they did that for this. So somehow they are expecting that their own tracking, and this site didn't crash. So, I mean, probably, it's going to be accurate, I guess. But I suppose we won't know. I don't know. I mean, one of the things you could probably do is this screen is going to, like, when we go over here to, is it shop? Yeah. So when you look at packs for Chaos Legion, we have this airdrop window, and then you can see your eligible packs. And so there'll be something like this. But first of all, the packs need to be openable. It's going to go like gems. There'll be within the gems window, there'll be a button up here that says airdrops. You'll click on that and you'll see how many eligible packs you got. Other than that, you can't know for now, at least.
You know what I kind of love? If you go back into the shop, right? And so Chaos Legion came out, like almost a year ago? Yeah, close to a year ago. And click the pack. Do you see how basic of a setup this is in comparison to now you go look at gems? And then like you scroll down and you just see like there's a huge difference in the look.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're totally right. The game,
like their graphic design is going up. The
caliber of artistic skill and presentation has gone just through the roof. You're right.
Yeah.
18.17% progress in next airdrop. So one airdrop. So the promo card is like locked in by how many packs you bought, but then there's also other airdrops. So those 250 packs that I just bought are going to be eligible for like every single airdrop. It's not probably going to guarantee me one, I don't think. I don't know the math on that yet, but maybe it will, because there's only 3 million packs and I bought 250 of them, as opposed to there was 15 million Chaos Legion packs and you needed about 500, 600. So it's certainly possible 250 will guarantee me one of each. What do you think, Jim? You follow my math? Like, there was 15 million Chaos Legion packs. You needed roughly 600 Chaos Legion packs. Now there's 1/3 as many Rift Watcher packs. So maybe you need 1/3 as many purchased packs to claim guarantee one of each, maybe.
Yeah. And in theory it should be.
Yeah.
Right. Because how many packs did you need for what's his name? The first guy.
Dr. Blight?
Dr. Blight. Yeah, I'm like, why can't I think of his name?
Dr. Blight, you needed 50 packs to get one Dr. Blight, 1,000 for one gold foil.
Okay. So that number is the exact same for this current one.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if we know how much it's going to be for the next one. Huh.
Yeah, I haven't heard that fact be shared, but I do feel as though what I said is probably accurate. And look at that, dude. We just sold another 100 loads. The nodes are going just pouring off the shelves right now.
Wow.
And every node is selling for 36,000 SPS, or roughly 18,500 vouchers.
Yeah.
And 80% of that SPS is burnt, right?
Yeah, yeah. If you actually go to Splinter Cards, you'll see the numbers.
Splinter Cards.
Yeah, the main. And then down on the left side. Oh wait, no. It is right on the right side for you. Validator nodes, how many have been sold, and then you see how much has been burned and how much is sent to the DAO.
Wow, look at this, guys. 50 million SPS burned forever. Like this.
And then it gives you how many vouchers you're getting daily, the SPS per node, and then your APR.
Per node, right? So
Yeah.
I have 3, so I'm getting 15 vouchers and 75 SPS a day. And look at this APR. This is why they're selling, guys. 102% APR. And the idea that you can come in. So help me understand something here, Jim. This is 102% APR. Is that telling me it's going to make three grand in a year?
Pretty much, yeah.
But
yeah.
here's the thing.
Stays at this point.
Here's the thing. Isn't the APR supposed to be higher then? Because the vouchers you use to buy the thing, right? It's not worth $1,500. So the price right now is $1,500 worth of SPS and 500 vouchers, which is something like $1,800. And so if the price of if the node is going to produce 102% APR on a $3,000, maybe they've taken that into consideration. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a possibility. I just don't. Obviously, we don't know like the numbers that they have in there.
Yeah.
And then also they're looking at equals 5 USD right now. So the 5 USD times the 365 days. So yeah, they're probably taking that into consideration.
Yeah, they are, exactly. You're right. So it's paying for itself in a year. And if you think that validator nodes if you think this game's going to be here, then nodes are going to be growing in value. If you think the game is going to be here, then SPS is going to go up in value. If you think the game is going to be here, vouchers are going to go up in value. And all 3 of them are linked in unison under the one purchase of a node. And so, holy cow, give me more of them. I just wish that I had even more liquidity, even more value that I was capable of putting away. I just cashed out $4,000 today, Jim, and you know, we were talking about it beforehand, but I
How much SPS you got right now?
Right now, well, it's hard to say, but I've got 5,000 SPS here on Infidel that's free, that's liquid, and I got 27,000 that's staked.
Okay, yeah, I was meaning liquid right now. All right, so if we could find like two other people that have like 5K in SPS right now,
yeah,
we're able to get another one and split it.
That's the thing. Split. Like I actually was thinking about coming together and just doing that, like just like I did for my Chaos Legion, and being like, put it out to the audience and say, like, if you guys want to trust me to run your nodes and to buy nodes, you know, we could do percentage ownership. But I can't do that without like a proper website and without like the necessary. It would be a whole thing. Like I'd need to really. But it is on my radar, guys. If that sounds interesting, let me know in the comments. But if I was going to do like a private, like one-off, it would be with somebody like Jim, where I just totally, there'd be trust and business relationship and all that. But what I'm talking about is like, I would create one, essentially my own thing. And it would be like a time and attention type deal where anybody who wants to kick in like 1/20th of the cost can buy 1/20th of a node, that idea. And then we would just collectively own them. And you guys would collectively own them, and I would really just take like a small fee for running them, for taking care of them. And hopefully as a community, we would attract a lot of investors, and thereby, you know, probably or potentially drive up SPS, voucher, and node pricing, because we start buying more of them, because people who have $100 can't buy a node, but they can buy 1/20th of a node, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's exciting stuff. I think there's gonna be fireworks to be had on this conversation in the near future.
Yeah, I was just talking to my friend, and I was like, dude, like if you imagine it, right? Like if we're able to get to a point where you're able to buy one node every single month, based on how much money you're already getting from the nodes you're buying, or even if it's one every 2 weeks, so then you're getting two every single month, or even more. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Who knows how many you can do? And so then like you're looking at it in terms of like, all right, but now if a lot more people are doing that, sure, you're getting less dividends, right? Mm-hmm. But the total price of your node is now increasing. So it's both a dividend stock and a growth stock. Yeah. Because now when we move into the next tranche, okay, it's going to be $5,000. I believe it's going to be 5,000 or 4,000. I forget.
5, I think.
Yeah. And so then, all right, well, now you're going to be able to sell it on secondary market price for like 3K.
Yeah.
You know? And then also then voucher prices are just going to go up because, well, now you get a higher utility from them.
Yeah.
Essentially like doubling, or 60% or 80%, whatever it is.
Yeah, man. I love what you said. Dividend stock and a growth stock. So true. Yeah. Great way of putting it. Tons of opportunity for appreciation in the actual asset, the node itself. Tons. But I feel like this is a bit of a risky word to use, but I feel like almost guaranteed growth in that appreciation, because of the planned valuation of, for instance, SPS and vouchers. What do I mean? Well, it's planned in that SPS they have so many burn mechanics, they're going to restrict how much is available, that it almost by design goes up in value. And then the vouchers have like a more specific planned price appreciation, because it's like they give you $3 worth of value when you're buying a node, but they're going to give you $5 worth of value later on, and it goes up and up and up. And so that makes it's almost, it doesn't mean that that's going to be the exact value. It just means that there is one use case that would get you that value for that token, and that's going to help pull it up, I think. I saw a great comment here, Jim, because I just did a video this morning, Jim, you might have missed it, but I did one talking about how I think we need to be cautious or cognizant of the fact that U.S. regulatory powers are quite nervous about crypto, and it's possible that certain communities, in fact, I was talking to some guy in my comment section today. He's in Thailand and he's British. And he said that he can't play Splinterlands because I don't know, because that country doesn't allow it, or maybe because he's a British citizen. I don't know what the deal is with that, but apparently this is a thing. And I was like, well, look, you got, like, let's think this through. Like, there's definitely an appetite to like shake down the crypto companies. This is a crypto company. There's also definitely like mass wide scale confusion about what this game would be or what cryptocurrency even is. That lends to the plebs and the sheeple to, like, you know, really be okay with the you know, the big government, big brother kind of cracking down on this stuff. And so I think we need to be cognizant of it. And maybe VPNs are a possible solution. On that note, Jeremiah Curtis in the comments says Brandon can't ban the nodes. And on the nodes, right? Like, the idea that this will decentralize governance, you can't go knock on Splinterland's door and say turn it off once we have nodes operating.
Yeah. Also, Galaxy Games is saying I live in Thailand and I play Splinterlands for 3 years.
Okay, that's really good to hear. Mauricio Maldonado, hey Dwayne, ticket is open for those who missed the bonus. Ma'am, awesome. I saw Necro commenting on that too. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna definitely do that. Papa Chief, hey Papa Chief, I recognize. Dwayne, unwholesome Chief here. Yep, I bought 1,150 packs in the first 45 seconds. Check the transaction time. Do you think I'll be getting the promo airdrop? I don't know, my dude. I am hoping and thinking the same thing. When I pressed buy, the screen said 16 had been sold. And so I'm just like thinking about me even. Like I don't honestly know. But we will know shortly, I imagine. Crypto Ace, it won't stay $5 a day though for the node payouts. What do you think about that, Jim?
Yeah, I completely understand that. We were just talking about that, right? Like, it's the dividend is going to go down, but the growth of it is going to go up.
Yeah. But even would you? It feels like you're conceding that the dividend is going. Hang on a second. Is that what about? Doesn't the dividend eventually kind of, if SPS and for instance vouchers continue to appreciate in a couple of years, then the dividend increases, but maybe the percentage of the dividend continues to increase? So it's just looking at it in terms of what the price is for it right now.
So like if eventually it gets to a point where like, all right, it's giving you 1 SPS every single day, or 1.9 once they're like all out or something like that.
Yep.
But say SPS is at $1, well then the APR in terms of just SPS alone is going to be like 33%, something like that. Or no, it'd be actually a little bit more. I forget exactly. But it's also going to go down because the total cost that you're going to need to then buy a node is also going to be higher. So the APR is just going to go down. And just like a few days ago, actually just yesterday, it was 112%. Now we're at 102%.
Yeah.
So like when we get to a point where nodes are $10,000, all right, it's not even going to be like a big number at all. But in terms of investment, it's still a good number. Yeah. Honestly, like anything above 4%, guys, is a good number.
Yeah. And that's the dividend component, but like you're saying, there's the two parts of it. It's the appreciation on the node as well as, and Horace, maybe not everybody here. How many people we got 38 concurrent viewers, 63 concurrent viewers with 21 likes, guys. Please thumbs up, share, but definitely drop a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content.
Become a member too.
Yep.
We're here every Thursday.
Yep.
Night, except not for tonight because we're here right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do. We're here Thursday night live for the YouTube members, but again, not tonight because I'm going on tonight with Gank and Walking Keys. So come hang out over there, guys. But yeah, join the channel, become a member. Silver, bronze, every level gets access to the weekly lives. And then he had a question though. Where was that?
So Darren is saying that the rewards are planned for the next 4 years only. As of right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I assume that they're going to be adding something as well. Like what comes after the 4 year plan.
Yeah.
You know, the 5 year plan that they have.
Yeah.
And it's 5 years after the airdrop. So yeah, we still have 5 years.
Yeah. There was a recent proposal. Let's see. Reallocate this is right here. Reallocate SPS from team pool to TD reward pool. Oh no, that was for the tower defense. This is not what I thought it was, but it is going to give you some sense of what can be done though, Darren. This is a resolution, a proposal that was raised where they were going to take a certain amount of SPS that was being given to the team, being printed for the Splinterlands team, and they were reallocating it, gifting it to the tower defense reward pool, and thereby creating new incentive for tower defense players. And and what that means is there's ways that through proposal we can revamp the economy in such a way that allows new benefit to node holders even after that 4 year window, or for that matter, new reward benefits for rank play in Splinterlands. Because right now you're being paid in SPS. Well, in 4 years or whatever it is, I think it's 5 years. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's 5 years. That's supposed to expire. And then what? Well, we could vote to, you know, pass some sort of inflation, maybe like 1 or 2% or something like that. Or we could go to the DAO, which is the Decentralized Autonomous Organization, where millions of dollars are already put and placed in storage. And by then, if the tokens have appreciated, those 15 million would be 150 million. If SPS goes from 8 cents to 80 cents, that wallet of money is going to appreciate also. And then that could be used, stretched across our rewards to pay out the game players also. So there's a multitude of possibilities. But governance is going to allow for solutions to that problem, because that you're right, that is a thing we need to think about in a few years. But I want to circle back because there's a basic question, and I don't want to leave anyone behind on this conversation. Horace dropped a comment saying, please explain what a node is and what do you need to run one on anything and anything else. So Jim, do you want to comment on that, just because I've been speaking here?
So a node is going to be used to, honestly, a node's going to be used to make you money. Okay. Can't change my mind.
Yeah.
They're going to be used for setting up and running Splinterlands as a whole, right?
Yeah. The game happens right now on a network and that network is a server that's bought through Amazon. Like Splinterlands the team pays X amount of money every month to run this game on servers from Amazon. Yeah. And those servers can be replaced by a decentralized server net, which would be us. And we would turn on our computers running the node on those computers. The node is just software. You run it on your computer, and it's apparently really not intensive at all. It's not like you don't need big mining rigs. They've already told us that it will probably run on a Raspberry Pi, which is like a super simplistic computer that people often use for emulated video games. It's really small, it's compact, it's inexpensive, and not only that, but you'll be able to run multiple nodes on one device. So if you have one extra computer like a Raspberry Pi, you conceivably could run 3 or 4, I don't know how many, they haven't said, but some number of nodes, and then you would just leave that on the whole time, and that would support the network. Around the world, people will do that. That'll support the network, allow the game to play. It'll track things like the game itself. It'll help implement decisions such as those proposals that we talked about, because that all needs to be verified by almost like onlookers, and those onlookers who are making sure the votes are being tracked rightly are going to be the nodes. They will be the overseers tracking all of this stuff, implementing these things as we vote yes or no on these different proposals. And through this decentralization, there's going to be a lot of kind of safety, as one of the other commenters pointed out earlier, because you can't take down a multi-headed, right? That's the thing. They can, if you have a central leadership, then you have a central point of attack. But once you decentralize, that's no longer an issue. So those are some of the considerations. And he was also wondering, we don't really know what you'll need to run it with. But I talked about a Raspberry Pi, but we don't know for sure. That's all coming out, I guess, soonish, to my knowledge. Is there anything that you feel I missed there, Jim?
One thing to just really add to it is, so you're going to be able to run multiple nodes on like the same server, but they're also now allowing, or they're planning on making it to where you're able to just delegate your node to specific person to like be able to do that, rather than just giving them your node. So if Dwayne is going to set it up on the servers, right, I can delegate him my node and then he kind of has control of it, but I can still get it back. He doesn't have a full control of it over it, which is very big and a lot safer for individuals with their nodes.
That's really cool. I didn't actually remember that point, so I'm really glad you brought that up. Thanks, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's an exciting new opportunity and a whole new kind of revolution to how video games work. And it's one more way that Splinterlands is really changing our understanding of how a game can reward you for your time and attention. Not only can you get financial reward for playing, whether it's cards, which are NFTs, non-fungible tokens, they're deflationary in nature, they can appreciate over time. The cards themselves, but then also you get paid cryptocurrency for playing. You can enter in tournaments and then multiply your cryptocurrency, turning 10 SPS into 100 very easily, daily even. And then you can get into guilds, and very soon guilds are going to pay SPS. And now, in addition to all of these game mechanics and ownership and appreciation opportunities, you have this like oversight opportunity through the node, which will let you be part of that governance, which allows you to be paid for that service. And it sounds it might sound complicated or confusing. We've been reassured multiple times it's going to be super easy to run, super easy to execute, really simplistic to set up, and that they're hoping that, I think, community members like myself will walk through that and then educate you guys on how to do that. But the thing about it is too, the opportunity is like greatest where the risk is greatest, and right now the risk is greatest because it isn't even live yet. And yet people are throwing $1,850 at this thing. Look, another 150 sold since we've been talking, Jim. We're down to 700 nodes at this price point. And once we got to see, I got to open up the web page because I know that they have the data. This is it going to be. Oh, come on. Yeah, here we go. So, Jim, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
So we're in tranche 1 right now, guys, and this is the validator node pricing. So during pre-sale, they sold 2,000 nodes for $1,000 worth of SPS, and so $1,000 worth of SPS plus you needed 500 vouchers. They were aiming at, there's roughly a $1,500 cost ish, give or take. Yeah, and then or 2,000. I can't remember what vouchers were. Point being, it was a lot less than now. And now we're charging $3,000, or they're selling 3,000 units in this tranche of nodes for $3,000. But you can, and it's due fully in SPS, or you can pay 500 vouchers to get a discount. And the discount on the voucher voucher discount rate is currently $3. So earlier you heard me talking about how they're kind of anchoring, or they're trying to lift the price of their own asset, in this case vouchers, to higher and higher levels. This is what we mean. They're calling Splinterlands, the company, is accepting every voucher at $3 value. And vouchers are selling on the marketplace right now for how much, Jim?
About 58 cents right now.
So, I mean, you're getting like 6x your value. Is it? Dude, I think it might be.
That's your wallet.
Okay. I was like, what? It's worth 15 cents?
No, 63 cents right now.
Yeah, 63 cents. So 63 cents for one voucher, and they're giving you $3 for it. So that's like a 5x your value roughly. And that applies to the cost of that. Where did it go? That gives you a $1,500 discount, or really it's more like $2,500 $1,200 discount on the price of your node. And so people, now that the Rift Watchers launch with the promo card is done, they've still got tons of SPS. They're now spending it quickly to get these amazing deals because they recognize that, like we said, 100% APR. And then very soon when we sell that last from this tranche, there'll be 5,000 new ones for sale, but the price is almost right. It's like nearly double.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then what is that going to do to vouchers, guys? Right, Jim? Like once they start calling vouchers $5 worth of value, does that then speak into maybe vouchers start selling for 99 cents or $1.20 or something, like something bigger than they are now? Because that's a analysis the seller has to make. Do I want to just keep my vouchers and buy a node because the heck with it, they're worth $5, quote unquote, and I'm getting 63 cents for it. Maybe that drives node purchases also.
Yeah, let's say like it kind of keeps that 5x, right? So the 60 cents, but you can get a discount rate at pretty much $3, right?
Yeah.
That could, in theory, make that 60 cents into $1 easy. Right?
I see your point.
And then if it follows that, all right, well, when it's now $7.50, when it's at $40 in that last tranche, it could be like $8 in theory. It probably won't, but it easily could be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other,
and who knows what else what other utility we're going to have for vouchers.
Yeah, you're totally right. That's a great way of looking at it. Imagining like a 1/5 at this point and this point, and because it would make sense that even if vouchers are not going to technically be this much in the market, in the peer-to-peer market, the fact that there is a place where you can spend them for this much should have an impact on the price of vouchers. Whether or not it's a 1-to-1 impact, I do think it's going to have an impact. And that's not saying anything yet about the fact that to get to this tranche and so on and so forth, you have to burn so many vouchers, burn them and burn so many SPS, because where are the burn mechanics here? I think 80% of the SPS, look at this, 80% of SPS tokens and 100% of vouchers tokens spent on node licenses will be burned. And the remaining 20% of the SPS tokens will be put into the SPS Foundation and be reserved specifically to be used to continue incentivize SPS validator node operations when the 3 billion SPS token cap is reached after the 5 years. So we talked about that earlier. And that's an important point about how it's going to allow longevity be on the reward scheme. But what I want to focus on right now, because like at every stage, we're seeing so much supply deleted that how can it not drive prices up? And that's why I was talking about earlier how it's almost by design. It is by design. It's almost guaranteed that these tokens will appreciate because there's so many burn mechanics with both of them. And even DEC also, but that's kind of a totally different conversation. And somebody dropped a comment saying, some good comments out there. I saw somebody said, all this action in a bear market. I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. Neverside. All this activity in a bear market. Imagine what the prices would be for all this in a bull market. That's the point.
Tranche 3.
What's that?
I said we'd be on the third tranche right now for nodes. If we were in a bull market.
Yeah. Darren V says, but if I'm an SPS maximalist that believes I'm hitting SPS will be hitting $1, why not buy 25,000 SPS with 2K for node? Why not buy 25,000 SPS with 2,000 for a node? Is he saying like, why not just hold on to SPS rather than the node?
Yeah, exactly. So he's saying, why not just buy 25? So with the 2K, a node would be, you're pretty much getting what, 25,000 SPS?
Yeah.
So if he thinks that SPS is going to go to $1, is he not better dropping 2K into SPS right now and waiting for it to hit $1 to have, 23,000 profit?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I see the logic, and that's so here's my, my short answer is that you're probably right but here's the more complicated nuanced answer is that you might be big time wrong. And shout out to Necro. Thanks, man, for signing up, for supporting the channel, and for being part of the team. Check out some of the YouTube videos, the private only stuff that's on the YouTube. But
so can I throw some more stuff in here?
Please.
So the other day I was talking with a person, and if you guys don't know, Gala Games is another blockchain company, right? They're producing a bunch of games. I think they have like 11 titles in their name now. Could be more that they're working on. And their node, you can buy it right now for about $95,000. Last year, I told this story last night. Before I got into Splinterlands, I made a choice of either get into Splinterlands or buy a Gala Games node. At that point, they were $7,000. Now, is it highly possible that when SPS goes to $1, let's say it's 4 or 5 years, what are nodes going to be at in 4 or 5 years? If Gala Games has gone from 7,000 to 95,000 in a year.
I think to jump in there, Jim, I think the answer to your question is on this price chart. I honestly believe if nodes are being sold for $20,000 in tranche 6, conservatively, you'll be able to sell your node that you're buying today for 18, 19,000, really easy.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say it's like 18, let's say like $17,000, right?
Yeah.
If you're turning $2,000 into $17,000, and let's also then say SPS price is at $1 at that point. Okay, you could have gotten $23,000 in profit of that, but you're also getting a better APR from the node itself than what you would be doing with staking your SPS.
Yeah.
And over the course of that 3-4 year time frame, you're actually getting more value than what you would have gotten from the SPS pure staked.
Yeah. And also there's a lot to think about around your mindset through a bear market. When you say to yourself, like, I could buy crypto like SPS and just sit on it for the next 4 years, 5 years, maybe you could, but I think that takes a real fortitude that I'm not sure everybody's capable of really doing. And so like if right now we're in the bear market, but we're not necessarily in the depths of the bear market. And most altcoins have in the past gone down 95, 99% of their value from the top to the bottom. And if SPS went from 8 cents today and you bought $2,000 worth of it today, and it went down to 1 cent, which is roughly 99% reduction, because we were at $1 and then we went down to a penny, that would be terrifying. I'll tell you, I've been through that. I've survived that myself, and I'm telling you, it would be terrifying. And conversely, you would be talking to yourself in all kinds of negative ways about how, oh man, it's dead and it's over, and you'd be constantly thinking, oh, to heck with it, I'm just going to sell it. And you're going to hear about other projects along that journey, and you're going to think, oh man, I should have put it in here and I should have put it in there. And then there's going to be probably 100 times where you're going to have to tell yourself, no, this was my plan. I'm sticking to my plan. In 4 years, let's see what happens. If you were able to survive that process, then you're going to see that benefit you're alluding to. But if you did what Jim's talking about doing, then you're really making your bed and you're almost forced to lie in it. And then what's going to happen? You've got one node instead of your 25,000 SPS, but that node is going to be generating SPS. So it's like buying a little money tree too, as opposed to sitting on like a big possible home run. Could SPS go to $1? Yeah. Could it go to $2? I really think so. And so that play you're talking about could be a home run, but it's not necessarily as easy as you make it seem, just one or the other and then sit and wait. It's to be a dizzying ride, and you might get off at the wrong exit. And whereas if you bought a node and you just sat and let that thing run, it's going to not only have the price appreciation that we alluded to, because of all the mechanics we described, but also the production of SPS and vouchers, which are going to be, you know, giving you a little bit every day or every week where when you do claim it.
One other thing is when we're talking about investing, right? You don't want to just have all of your money into one thing. You want to diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
And having SPS, having nodes, having cards, having land, right? It makes it to where if one of those things like goes down, but another one goes up, you could still be in the green, right?
Mm.
It makes it to where, you know, like I think we talked about this earlier, right? Say you put all of your money into one card and you know it's going to, you think it's going to the moon, right?
Yep.
Except there's a different card that goes to 100x before your card even does like a 10x, right?
Yeah.
Are you better off doing that, or should you have, all right, I'm going to put 50% into this card, 50% into this card?
Yeah.
One is definitely better than the other. Well, one is also way more risky than the other, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you want to go for that risk versus reward thing, I want to go with the consistency of, okay, in this year, I made 50% increase, or I made 50% profits, right? I'd be super happy with that rather than being like, I doubled my money, but like 50% of it was, I could have not done anything with my money.
Yeah.
You know, I lost money due to inflation.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer to take a safer route.
Yeah. It is a hard decision to make. Those are the, you know, it's a keen eye, like good for Darren to even be thinking that, because really you need that sort of analysis, guys. You need to think, look, it's not only like nodes are exciting, and maybe you would agree, Darren, that what we're describing sounds good, but you're just saying, but what about this other alternative? And that's exactly the mindset you need to bring to Splinterlands and really to any sort of investment, because there's always 100 directions you could go, and really you can only choose 2 or 3 of them. You can't go every which way.
And if you want to concentrate more on like an investor's stance, then like maybe cards, you know, cards could be a really good way to go. I would just not want to go in taking that route. I'd be like, all right, I want SPS, I want a node, I want land. Okay, and then sit on that. Except in my brain, I just sold all of my lands. You know, I bought 3 recently, or 2 more recently. I had 3, and I'm like, wait a minute. If this is $500, this instantly pays for a third of a node. And as of right now, I'm getting a better return on these nodes than I am with land, especially in the short term, because we're still going to be waiting, what, like at least 3 months before we even like get to see what these lands are.
Yeah.
And then eventually we'll probably get money for it, you know, daily, but it's not going to be a lot.
No, it's a long-term play, and we will be rewarded. That's why I said earlier, nodes right now are the greatest opportunity for reward exists where the greatest amount of risk exists. And so you all need to individually decide, how much risk am I willing to bear? And that's a thoughtful process. You can't just kind of say, part of you is going to say, just go for it. Just like, you know, all in, but, all in
on black.
Yeah. But you honestly need to step back and take a thought and be like, okay, really, like I said earlier, am I going to be able to have that? Am I going to hold and hold and hold? Like when I've been covering Splinterlands for a long time now, I've been playing it for years and years, but what I've always believed is that even if the values were reducing for the cards I'm receiving for my time and attention, I didn't care, because I understood that there were only so many of them and that they were being burnt regularly. That was going to lead to appreciation. I felt that was a guarantee, and I still believe that's a guarantee. So long as the game exists in 5 years, I think that mechanic will prove true. And so if that's been my mindset, and that's given me a lot of strength and confidence to continue doing what I was doing and continue investing $200 a month every month for 3.5 years before last bull run. Last August was like, not this past August, but like a year ago August was where things really started blowing up and going crazy. And in that moment, I didn't say to myself, time to sell. I said to myself, you know what, let's get myself a new computer. And today I took out today I got $4,000, $3,800 Canadian cash in my bank from Splinterlands, from the sale of a Byzantine kitty. And so there are times where you take some off the table, but the point is, did I liquidate because we went to the moon? No, man, I'm on board for 5-10 years down the line when this thing retires me. And I think the mechanics are that simple. I think the assets are deflationary in nature. It's desirable and fun to play. The game is growing in both in its complexity and entertainment, and also the opportunities in it because they're adding new games. And so it's like, but you have to have that mindset of, in 5 years, there'll be an opportunity for me. And if your patience isn't already there, you're going to get shaken as times get rough and prices dip off and whatever. I think just keep your head down and keep grinding and use the time and attention to kind of put it together, and you're going to be rewarded in time.
So Neverside also added, and I wanted to bring this up a few minutes ago as well. So with the GLS white paper, okay, they even state, and he quotes this, as a token of appreciation for our early supporters, we are planning a free airdrop of a portion of the total GLS validator node licenses for SPS validator node license holders. So you're just going to be getting free stuff from another game as well.
So did I just hear you right? They're giving away node licenses for GLS for validator node holders for Splinterlands?
Yeah. So it's going to be proportion based. So could you have fractional GLS validator nodes? Potentially. That's kind of what it could make it seem like. But yeah. So a portion of the validator nodes, say they have 1,000, they could be giving away, 50 of them to validator node for SPS holders.
I see. Look at this. We got 709 licenses as the last time I checked. What do we got now?
Yeah. 570 something. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
636. So another 70, 80 sold. This is really intense, guys. We've sold 500 or 600 while like this morning. And each of them is, if you're using vouchers and SPS, each of them is, call it $2,000. It's a lot of money to be put towards a video game. That's what the world sees. That's what the world thinks. Oh, it's just a stupid video game. Who cares? Guys, this is a revolutionary technology that's transforming what video games are and how they can reward their players. That's what people understand when they're buying these huge investments of validator nodes.